So today we will be doing a little tutorial for what I like to call iMovie. So the first thing we want to do is open up iMovie. We've been living under a rock for the past few years. This is iMovie right here, and this is the first thing that will show up when you open up iMovie. So you want to press Create New, and you want to do Movie, and then this screen should pop up. And the first thing you want to do is import footage. So we can go here to import movie, and we opens a little Finder window, and I believe the footage that we have is in downloads. Here it is. Import selected, and then it will go into the project media, as well as the library. And then we're going to want to we can do either a couple of things here. We can either bring the whole clip, we can drag and bring the whole clip into the timeline, or if we wanted to, we could just take the part that we want, and by using this capture rectangle thing, and then we can drag that, and only the selected part will go into the timeline. So let's say we did the first option, just drag the whole thing. I find that easier because then you could just edit it with more control. So and to adjust the timeline, so say you want to edit like a millisecond of it, you would come over here to this scrolling thing, and if you bring it to the left, it makes it smaller, and if you bring it to the right, it makes it larger. To do a basic cut, we would go to figure out where we wanted to cut it. Let's say we want to cut it right here. We could either go to, I believe it's edit, no, modify, and we could do split clip, and then we could delete that. Or say we didn't want to do that, and an easier way, a keyboard shortcut, is if you just use Command B and it will split it right where the playhead is. That's basically editing in iMovie. If we wanted to do up here, we can, if we wanted to look at some audio, we can import some iTunes, some sound effects. Here's like all the iMovie Apple sound effects. So if we wanted to add a little bark in, we would just simply bring the bark into the timeline under where we wanted it to. So now we have a nice little bark. If we wanted to add a title, say we wanted to add a title at the beginning, we have a selection of titles in iMovie. So let's take a random one. Say we wanted to do Prism lower third. Now we could either have it against a black screen at the beginning, and then we would in order to change the text, we would just just type in an iMovie. The title can be iMovie tutorial. And then we can either have it in the beginning against black, or if we wanted to, we could bring it over the footage that we have, and then it pops up right here. And we can also, if you wanted to, change the time of how long the title appears on the screen by you can drag it and make it longer, so it appears on the screen longer. So after that, let's move on to backgrounds. Backgrounds, I think it's kind of elementary. It's kind of like childish. But if you wanted to, say you had the title in the front and you didn't want a black background, you can use, we'll just go with pinstripes, and then now you have a not a black boring background. But that's about it for the backgrounds. All right, so for transitions, there are multiple transitions. But the one that is probably most used is cross dissolve and fade to black or white. I think that, and this is just my opinion, that all the uh, other ones are just they're just there. I think you shouldn't really try to use every single transition and try to squeeze it all in one movie because that just doesn't look professional. But that's just my opinion. If you want to, just go for it. Uh, so here we have cross dissolve, and if you don't like the length of the cross dissolve, you can make it longer by double clicking on it. And let's say we wanted to make it 5 seconds, we would do 5.0. So if we wanted to do an effect, we would go over, say we wanted to, let's do a clip right here. Say we wanted to add a video effect, we would go up to right here, and these are basically your effects up here on this top bar right here. Color correction, I would not worry about that. Same with this. Cropping, if you needed to crop it, say you just wanted to get the dog, we can crop it like that. We could rotate it if we want. This stabilize. If you have a shaky video, this will stabilize it. You will just click this check mark and do whatever percentage feels right to you. To adjust the volume, you can bring it up to 400%, or you can meet it at 0. And you can also do volume if in your timeline you can see the 2 arrows pop up and just drag this up and down for your volume. So now we're going to talk about how to do a green screen. Once we have our clip on the timeline, we're just going to go and select whatever part of the green screen we want. And I just got this from off the internet. And we're going to drag that on top of wherever you want it. And then we are going to adjust it so it's the length that you want it to be. So we'll bring it to about, that's probably good right there. Then we're going to want to click on this, and we're going to want to come up here to this icon right here. We're going to want to click that, and we're going to want to select green/blue screen, and then that will make it go. That will take out the green out, make it go with the picture, so we can play it, and it's in there. And we can, well, if we wanted to, let's say you still saw some green, we could go to the eraser tool and select where you still see the green. Obviously there's no green here, but we'll just select that and it will show you that it does clean up a bit, and you can adjust the softness too. So bring it all the way down here will practically make it go away. Bring it down and we'll make it very, very hard. Also we have, you can reduce background noise, you can enhance music, loudness, treble, all that good stuff. Over here, if we wanted to have it in slow motion, it's already in slow motion right now, but say we wanted to make it faster, we can go to fast, and now it goes a lot faster. And then we can do the opposite. If you want to make it slower, we just pick slow. You can do custom, but we'll just have it normal route. You can even have it do reverse, have it going backwards. And now if you wanted the video to look weird, go to clip filter, and let's just put it into, we can do X, or actually no, that's kind of stupid. Let's do cartoon. I don't know if that, yeah, we'll do cartoon. So now it looks all cartoonish. And for audio effects, there's under audio effects. So let's have it, there's really no audio in this, but this is the gist. If whatever you want it to sound like, you would choose that. So we'll do cosmic to fit the cartoonish feel. I think that'll have a nice aesthetic. And that's about it for iMovie. Always remember that it will save. It will save automatically, so you don't have to worry about saving it. Now, say we're all done and we want to export it. We can go over here to share, or you can also go to file, share, whichever one floats your boat. And we can either save it to the theater, we can email it, but what you'd most likely do is put it as a file, and you would click file, and it will take a while. Sometimes you have to double click it, and you can rename it iMovie tutorial, description, the resolution you want it in. That's all you really need to know. And then you could save, if you have a flash drive, you can save it on that. Save it wherever, just like a Word document or something. And then this little circle here will show you the progress of the save. And that's about it for iMovie.